Alright, today I want to share about Japan's new Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi's economic views and implications for the yen. The Sanae Takaichi is a long-standing politician in Japan's LDP, or the Liberal Democratic Party. Now, Takaichi ran unsuccessfully for the LDP presidency in 2021 and 2024 before winning a runoff against Shinjiro Koizumi in October 2025. Now, the LDP-led coalition still holds the largest bloc in Japan's Diet, so her party leadership automatically made her the country's first female prime minister. Now, Takaichi is an admirer of Margaret Thatcher and supports Abe's Abenomics program of aggressive government spending and ultra-loose monetary policy. Now, in her victory speech, she said the government must communicate closely with the Bank of Japan, and she vowed to work tirelessly to restore public trust. These remarks set the tone for her economic agenda. For the economic philosophy, right? So under the path of fiscal policy, this is what Takaichi represents. She advocates strong fiscal stimulus. During her campaign, she promised large-scale public works, tax cut, and subsidies to households, arguing that government spending should spur domestic demand and help families cope with higher living costs. Now, she downplays concerns about Japan's large public debt and sees additional government borrowing as necessary to stimulate a sluggish economy. Takaichi also stresses that inflation should come from wage growth rather than from imported energy prices. She argued that by raising wages and boosting productivity, Japan can achieve demand-driven moderate inflation. Now, to bring energy price down, Takaichi has signaled putting nuclear at the center of energy plan and favoring next-generation perovskite solar over large conventional imports. That's a medium-term lever that shrinks Japan's fossil fuel import bill, cutting a key channel of cost-push inflation. Other than that, she aims to keep or retarget energy subsidies to gasoline, electricity, and gas so cost push spikes don't cascade into broad CPI. Japan has already used these tools repeatedly where programs like cutting pump prices by 10 yen per liter were announced this year. On the wage front, right, Takaichi can tilt inflation towards wages by leaning on and sweetening in existing incentives and by setting clearer pay floors. Now, Japan's corporate tax code already offers salary increase tax credits, reportedly up to about 35%. For firms that lift pay, and Takaichi cabinet could expand or extend these to keep base pay growth rolling. She can also reinforce the annual Shunto movement, with unions securing the biggest raises in decades in 2025, roughly 5 to 5.5% on average, though public jawboning, procurement preferences, and public sector benchmarks that turn one-off gains into a multi-year norm. In parallel, locking into a multi-year path of minimum wage hikes as policy panels have floated a record 6% nationwide increases for financial year 2025 would push up the wage floor and service prices, anchoring domestically driven inflation. Finally, targeted fiscal transfers and SME support, including cash payouts, for example, income tax relief and subsidies, can boost disposable income and protect hiring, strengthening demand-led price pressures rather than passively accepting higher import costs. From the interest rates and monetary policy front, Takaichi has been outspoken against premature interest rates hikes. During the 2024 LDP leadership race, she said sharp increases could harm corporate investment and mortgage holders. She stated that Japan's economy was on a tightrope and emphasized the need to maintain accommodative conditions. Although Takaichi is generally dovish, she may tolerate a small rate hike if economic conditions allow. Economic advisors Aida said she could accept a 25 basic point increase by January 2026, provided the Bank of Japan retains a broadly easy stance. This suggests she is not ideologically opposed to tightening, but wants to avoid rapid or large hikes. Such comments have led some analysts to believe that her administration will not derail the BOJ's gradual normalization, but may delay its pace. As for the relationship with the Bank of Japan, Takaichi stresses close coordination with the Bank of Japan to align fiscal and monetary policies. She has said that the government and central bank must work together to achieve demand-driven inflation and wage growth. While respecting the BOJ's independence, she emphasizes that the government sets the policy direction and has indicated that she wants the bank to support her reflationary goals. This stance, combined with her criticism of rate hikes, makes her an advocate of the Abenomics model of fiscal monetary coordination. So what are the implications for the yen? Now, Takaichi's win caused traders to cut bets on near-term BOJ rate hikes and raise expectations of further stimulus, causing the yen to fall and Japanese stocks to surge. For now, the Japanese yen could remain weak in the short term because Takaichi's past comments suggest limited appetite for higher rates. If Takaichi delivers on promise of demand-led growth without triggering excessive inflation, the central bank may raise rates only gradually, keeping the yen relatively weak. But if inflation accelerates sharply or markets lose confidence in fiscal discipline, the BOJ could tighten more aggressively, supporting the currency. Okay, but in the short term, the weakness in the yen is expected. So with that, that's the report for today.